देवी और सज्जनों, नमस्कार, स्वादिखाप। आज भारतीय गणतंत्र दिवस के अवसर पर आयोजित इस कार्यक्रम में भारतीय दूतावास बैंकॉक की ओर से आप सभी का हार्दिक अभिनंदन और स्वागत। आप सभी को गणतंत्र दिवस की शुभकामनाएं।
สวัสดีค่ะดาวจากอินโดไทยนิวนะคะและในวันนี้เราก็อยู่กันที่สถานทูตอินเดียค่ะทางสถานทูตได้จัดงานครบรอบ 72 ปีวันชาติของอินเดียหรือที่เรียกกันว่า Republic Day นั่นเองนะคะซึ่งภายในงานก็มีบุคคลสำคัญมากมายที่เข้ามาร่วมงานนี้เพราะถือว่าเป็นงานอีกงานหนึ่งที่สำคัญกับชาวอินเดียกันเลยทีเดียวค่ะบรรยากาศภายในงานจะเป็นยังไงเข้าไปชมพร้อมๆกันเลยค่ะ
We are going to begin the program with the hoisting of tricolor followed by national anthem. Her Excellency Srimati Suchitra Durai ji, Ambassador of India to Thailand has arrived now. मास्क लगाए रखें, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग बनाए रखें, सैनिटाइज करते रहें।
देवियों और सज्जनों, भाई और बहनों, बच्चों, नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, सलाम अलैकुम, सवादी खा, गुड मॉर्निंग टू एवरीवन प्रेजेंट हियर। सबसे पहले आप सबको गणतंत्र दिवस के शुभ अवसर पर हार्दिक बधाई, शुभकामनाएं। My husband, Ambassador Swaminathan, my colleagues and I are very happy to welcome all of you this morning on the 71st anniversary or the 72nd Republic Day of India. As has been my practice, before I read Rashtrapati ji's speech which was delivered last evening, I would like to give you an overview of major developments which have taken place both in India as well as in our bilateral relations with Thailand since we last met here on Independence Day. Sadly, we continue to be in the midst of the most disruptive event in recent world history, which is the COVID-19 pandemic. It is a crisis which all countries in the world are dealing with, particularly those with large populous and those which are federal democracies. Countries which have successfully dealt with the first wave are now battling a second or a third wave. As you would be aware, in India, timely action and a nationwide lockdown, which was called by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi in end March 2020, enabled us to ramp up our health systems so as to be able to deal with it. While our cumulative case load is high at 10.6 million, nearly 97% have already recovered, and our current active case load is around 1.73% only. Significantly, as you would all be aware, our vaccine rollout began on the 16th of January. This is the largest ever vaccine drive in the world. 2 vaccines manufactured in India, one, of course, produced and developed by the AstraZeneca Oxford, but manufactured by the Serum Institute of India, as well as Covaxin, which was developed indigenously but by Bharat Biotech International Limited and the ICMR. These are being manufactured in India. We have 5 other vaccines in various stages of clinical trials. We have a long history of immunization in the country and as well as vaccine development, and our vaccine capabilities have been developed over decades. Private sector also has been playing an important role in recent times. In phase 1 of our vaccination drive, health and frontline workers numbering about 30 million will be vaccinated. In a week's time, we have already vaccinated 1.6 million persons. In addition to our own people, in a spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we have also supplied vaccines to our neighbors, those in the Indian Ocean region, as well as exported to other countries, including Brazil. We calling it Vaccine Maitri. To be very specific, we have supplied about 5 million doses to various countries, 1.5 lakh doses to Bhutan, 1 lakh to the Maldives, 10 lakhs or 1 million to Nepal, 2 million to Bangladesh, 1.5 million to Myanmar, 100,000 to Mauritius, 50,000 to Seychelles, based on requests from those countries. Commercial exports have also taken place to Brazil, Morocco, Bangladesh. Over the next few days, we plan to gift further quantities to other countries, including Sri Lanka, the CARICOM countries, Nicaragua, the Pacific Island states, and also to other countries, say in Asia and Africa, are also being planned. And we are also soon to be giving our supply to UN health workers under Gavi's COVAX facility. Coming back to the Indian economy, our economy, like that of other countries, has faced a lot of challenges, but we are now seeing the signs of a recovery. The Reserve Bank of India has estimated an overall decrease of 7.5% of the economy in the current financial year, and that, however, by summer, the RBI has predicted, in fact, a glorious recovery. Since May 2020, 3 economic stimulus packages have been released, amounting to US dollars 400 billion, or 15% of the GDP. Further, Prime Minister has also launched the Atmanirbhar Bharat Yojana, or the Self-Reliant India program. And India, with greater domestic capabilities, will participate from a position of strength in a diversified global supply chain. India is currently in Unlock 5. Since the beginnings of this present current year, almost on a daily basis, Honorable Prime Minister and other members of the Cabinet have been inaugurating various important railway projects in the area of railways, roads, housing, and so on and so forth. Our international engagement has continued. Both Prime Minister and External Affairs Minister have been reaching out to their counterparts all over the world. Several virtual summits have taken place, and the External Affairs Minister and the Foreign Secretary have also undertaken foreign visits. We have also received several foreign dignitaries. India has begun its 8th term as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council for the term 2021 to 2022. India will live up to its long-standing role as a voice of moderation, as an advocate of dialogue, and as a proponent of international law. And reformed multilateralism, of course, is our goal. As for India's relations with Thailand, this is a multifaceted partnership, as you're all aware, be it political, economic, commercial, defense and security, people-to-people contacts. This has continued to flourish. Recently, our 2 navies in November last year participated in the regular coordinated patrol or COPAT exercise, and also in the trilateral exercise with Singapore. We would like to thank the Thai authorities for all assistance which has been rendered by them in the safe repatriation of our compatriots. Till date, we have organized 26 repatriation flights, including one yesterday, and we have sent back more than 4,800 Indians as well as persons of Indian origin. We thank Air India for their close cooperation. The embassy has been as active as ever. Our cultural center has been conducting virtual classes, which has turned out to be greatly popular. Several other virtual programs have been organized regularly. We recently celebrated birth anniversaries of Swami Vivekananda and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. We are also moving to a hybrid format, including today's function. Several commercial webinars have been conducted. The 12th meeting of the India-Thailand Joint Trade Committee was held in December after a gap of 17 years. We even held our first Taste of India campaign in cooperation with the BJC group, which was quite successful. Outreach events led by the mission were held in a couple of provinces. Thailand has participated also in the BIMSTEC Startup Conclave recently. Another significant layer of engagement with Thailand is, of course, at the regional and sub-regional levels. India is the oldest partner of the lower Mekong countries, and in 2020, the Mekong-Ganga cooperation completed 20 years of existence. As the Bay of Bengal littoral countries, we are partners in BIMSTEC. In 2019, India also joined ACMEX as a development partner. India's vision of the Indo-Pacific has at its core ASEAN centrality. We are delighted that a senior member of the Indian community of Thailand, Mr. Bashdev Purswani, was selected for the Pravasi Bharatiya Samam Award for 2021, along with, of course, 29 others all over the world. This year, we are celebrating the 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. The Government of India has recently declared 23rd January, which is the birth day of Netaji, as Parakram Divas to honor Netaji's indomitable spirit and his selfless sacrifice to the nation. The fact that the Constitution of India, which was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on the 26th of November 1949, went into effect on the 26th of January 1950. This made India a republic. It was also 26th of January is also historically very important because that was the day in 1930 which was declared as the day of Purna Swaraj or complete independence. So this day really has its resonance and great importance as far as India's freedom struggle is concerned. I will now read extracts from Rashtrapati's speech, which was delivered last evening. I will do so in a mix of Hindi and English. मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, नमस्कार। विश्व के सबसे बड़े और जीवंत लोकतंत्र के आप सभी नागरिकों को देश के 72वें गणतंत्र दिवस की पूर्व संध्या पर हार्दिक बधाई। विविधताओं से समृद्ध हमारे देश में अनेक त्यौहार मनाए जाते हैं, परंतु हमारे राष्ट्रीय त्यौहारों को सभी देशवासी राष्ट्र प्रेम की भावना के साथ मनाते हैं। गणतंत्र दिवस का राष्ट्रीय पर्व भी हम पूरे उत्साह के साथ मनाते हुए अपने राष्ट्रीय ध्वज तथा संविधान के प्रति सम्मान व आस्था व्यक्त करते हैं। 71 years ago, on this very day, we the people of India adopted, enacted and gave to ourselves a unique constitution. For all of us then, this is the day to also pause and ponder over the core values that the constitution propounds. These values, justice, liberty, equality and fraternity, outlined in the preamble of our constitution, are sacred to us, to all of us. A galaxy of great leaders and thinkers like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Lala Lajpat Rai, Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose inspired our freedom struggle. They had diverse dreams of a magnificent future of the motherland, but common to their aspirations were these values: justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. This land and its inhabitants have cherished these ideals from time immemorial. They come to us from the dawn of this civilization through an unbroken chain. It is, of course, the task of every generation to seek out the meaning of these values for its times. Dear fellow citizens, every Indian salutes our farmers who have made our vast and populous country self-reliant in food grains and dairy products. Despite adversities of nature, numerous other challenges, and the COVID-19 pandemic, our farmers sustained the agricultural production. A grateful nation is fully committed to the welfare of our farmers. Just as our hardworking farmers ensure food security for the country, the brave soldiers of the armed forces ensure security of our national boundaries amid severest conditions. Every citizen feels proud about the bravery, patriotism, and the spirit of sacrifice among our soldiers. From space to the farms, from educational institutions to hospitals, the community of scientists has enriched our life and work. Our scientists have been working day and night for decoding the coronavirus, and they have succeeded in developing the vaccine in record time. Our scientists, along with doctors, administrators, and the people from other walks of life, have made major contribution in containing the virus. Dear fellow citizens, our effective response to the pandemic would not have been possible without our constitutional value of fraternity. Indians have been like a close-knit family, making exemplary sacrifices to protect each other in the face of the common enemy of coronavirus. I'm thinking here of doctors, nurses, paramedics, healthcare administrators, and sanitation workers who put their own lives at risk to care for COVID-19 patients. Some of them even lost their lives. Along with them, about 1.5 lakh people became victims of this pandemic. I convey my condolences to the bereaved families. Our frontline corona warriors were ordinary citizens who turned out to be extraordinary. Despite the serious calamity, we have succeeded in taking forward our activities in many spheres, The pandemic threatened to derail the young generation's learning progress, but institutions and teachers quickly adopted new technology and ensured that there was no break in education by conducting not only free and fair, but also safe elections in Bihar, which is high population density, and in union territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. With difficulties of access and other challenges, our democracy and the Election Commission have accomplished remarkable feats. The judiciary found help in technology and continue to function and dispense justice. In order to open up the economy without risking the lives of the people, the process of unlocking was carefully calibrated. The latest unprecedented collection of GST and India's emergence as a most favored destination for foreign investment are indicative of our faster economic recovery. The government has encouraged small and medium industries to unleash entrepreneurial spirit by providing easy loans to them. Dear fellow citizens, the adversaries of the previous year have only reminded us of what we have always known in our hearts, that care and concern for humanity and the feeling of fraternity is what kept us together for millennia. This Indian ideal has been expressed by the great poet Maithili Sharan Gupta in these words: Usi udar ki sada sajeev kirti पूजती तथा उसी उदार को समस्त सृष्टि पूजती अखंड आत्म भाव जो असीम विश्व में भरे वही मनुष्य है कि जो मनुष्य के लिए मरे. In English, these sentiments can be broadly conveyed in the following words: It is the benevolent whose glory lives on in songs eternal. It is the generous whom the world reveres forever, whose spirit of oneness fills the boundless universe. They truly are human who die for fellow beings. I'm sure that this love for humanity and the spirit of sacrifice will take us to great heights. Let us look at 2020 as a year of learning. I'm sure that with a view to reducing the risk of such pandemics, the issue of climate change will be accorded top priority at the global level. Dear fellow citizens, converting a crisis into an opportunity, the Prime Minister gave a call of Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, or Self-Reliant India Mission. It has become a movement being taken forward by the people themselves. Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan is in line with the aspiration to shape a new India by the year 2022, when our country turns 75. This will be a significant milestone in the journey of the nation, as we are determined to achieve major goals, from providing pakka houses with basic facilities for every family to doubling the income of farmers. In order to build an inclusive society of New India, we are giving special emphasis on education, health, nutrition, upliftment of the underprivileged, and welfare of women. Economic reforms have continued apace and have been supplemented by long-pending reforms in the areas of labor and agriculture through legislation. The path to reform at the initial stages may cause misapprehensions. However, it is beyond doubt that the government remains singularly devoted to farmers' welfare. Equally salient, but touching more lives, is the comprehensive reform in education, which was long overdue. The National Education Policy 2020, with its stress on tradition as well as technology, will lay the foundation of a new India. A self-reliant India has manufactured its own vaccine for COVID-19 and is now undertaking a massive vaccination drive, which will be the largest exercise of its kind in history. The administration and health services are working with full readiness to make this exercise a success. I urge upon the countrymen to utilize this lifeline and get vaccinated as per guidelines. Today, India is being rightly called the pharmacy of the world, as we are supplying medicines and other healthcare items to several countries to alleviate people's suffering and contain the pandemic across the globe. Now we also provide vaccines to other countries. Dear fellow citizens, the past year was a year of adversity, and it came from many fronts. We face an expansionist move on our borders, but our valiant soldiers foiled it. To achieve this objective, 20 of them had to lay down their lives. The nation shall remain grateful to those brave soldiers. India is moving forward and taking its rightful place in the world. During the recent years, its arc of influence has been expanding. The manner in which India got overwhelming support of the international community for its entry as non-permanent member of the Security Council this year is indicative of that influence. India, with its vibrant democracy, has rightfully earned its respect as a responsible and trustworthy nation. We would do well to keep reminding ourselves of our constitutional mantras. Equality is the watchword for the great project of our republic. Social equality warrants dignity for each one of us, villagers, women, weaker sections of our society, namely scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, Divyangjan, and the elderly people. Economic equality entails equal opportunity for all and hand-holding for the downtrodden. In our collective path ahead, fraternity is our moral compass. Let us all continue on the path of constitutional morality, which Baba Saheb Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar mentioned in his speech to the Constituent Assembly on November 4, 1948, while presenting the draft of the Constitution. मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, हमारे गणतंत्र की स्थापना का उत्सव मनाने के इस अवसर पर मेरा ध्यान विदेशों में बसे अपने भाई बहनों की तरफ भी जा रहा है। प्रवासी भारतीय हमारे देश का गौरव है। दूसरे देशों में बसे भारतीयों ने विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में कामयाबी हासिल की है। उनमें से कुछ लोग राजनीतिक नेतृत्व के उच्च स्तर पर तक पहुँचे हैं और अनेक लोग विज्ञान, कला, शिक्षा, समाज सेवा और व्यापार के क्षेत्र में बहुमूल्य योगदान कर रहे हैं। आप सभी प्रवासी भारतीय अपनी वर्तमान कर्म भूमि का भी गौरव बढ़ा रहे हैं। आप सबके पूर्वजों की भूमि भारत से मैं आपका गणतंत्र दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। हमारे सशस्त्र बलों, अर्धसैनिक बलों और पुलिस के जवान प्राय अपने परिवारजन से दूर रहते हुए त्यौहार मनाते हैं। उन सभी जवानों को मैं विशेष बधाई देता हूं। मैं एक बार फिर आप सभी देशवासियों को गणतंत्र दिवस की शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद। I thank you all for your attention. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all my colleagues, all the team members of this mission, including the local staff who have done enormous good work in recent times, despite all our challenges, and we are greatly, beholden to them. And thank you once again. Dhanyawad.
हिंदुस्तानियों का नशा चाय की प्यालियों में होता है, लेकिन एक कलाकार का नशा तो सिर्फ तालियों में होता है। तो मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ, एक बार जोर से ताली बजा दीजिए इतनी सुंदर प्रस्तुति के लिए।
खाबो के नुआरी मुख के মন কুমলীয়া বুজাব নোৱাৰি কলৈ কি কৰো লাগে আপোন তুমি সপোন সদায় নতুন আজি দেখোন তুমি নো মোৰ পূৰ্ণিমাৰ তুমি নো মোৰ পূৰ্ণিমাৰ জোন ও কুমলীয়া খাবকে নোৱাৰি মুখত কেনে কোৱা লাগে মন কুমলীয়া বুজাব নোৱাৰি কলৈ কি কৰো লাগে আপোন তুমি সপোন সদায় নতুন আজি দেখোন তুমি নো মোৰ পূৰ্ণিমা তুমি নো মোৰ পূৰ্ণিমাৰ জোন
दूर हूँ तुझसे बहुत मगर रहता तू आस पास है रूह की मेरी तू जान है तेरी खुशबू से महकता है जीवन वतन तू ही मेरी पहचान है। प्रस्तुत कर रही हूँ मेरा वतन। महान वतन ये मेरा सलोना न्यारा ये वतन है मेरा गर्व करे हम जिस पर चमकता सितारा ये वतन है मेरा ऋषियों की भक्तों की है तपोभूमि सृष्टि के नज़ारों से भरपूर वतन है मेरा बेमिसाल इतिहास और अनमोल रत्नों की इसकी भूमि प्रेम अहिंसा और एकता का संदेश युगों से यहाँ देता ये वतन है मेरा वतन पर मुस्कुराते कुर्बान हुए कई वतन पर मुस्कुराते कुर्बान हुए कई वतन पर मर मिटने वाले कई देश प्रेमियों से लहलहाता वतन है मेरा आओ करें मिलकर ये संकल्प आओ करें मिलकर ये संकल्प करें रक्षा इसके मान और सम्मान की मेरा अभिमान मेरा वतन है मेरा आज इस पर ना कोई आने पाए आज इस पर ना कोई आने पाए मिटाकर दूरियां अमन की लहर चलाएं मेरी आनो बान मेरा अभिमान मेरी शान वतन है मेरा शक्ति शांति और सफलता के 3 रंगों से लहराता शक्ति शांति और सफलता के 3 रंगों से लहलाता इंसाफ का चक्र लेकर झूलता ये वतन है मेरा सबको यही पैगाम देता हाँ यही वतन है मेरा हाँ यही वतन है मेरा। जय हिंद।
วัสดีครับวันนี้เป็นวันชาติของอินเดียนะครับ Republic Day โอเควันนี้เป็น Republic ของอินเดียก่อตั้งโอเคแล้วก็ผมดีใจที่มาร่วมงานที่สถานทูตอินเดียแล้วก็มีโอกาสฟังอะไรนะ message ของ President ของอินเดียโอเคที่ลงโทรทัศน์เมื่อวานนี้แล้วก็ได้ยินเพลงของเพลงชาติของอินเดียแล้วก็มีโอกาสร่วมเพลงร้องเพลงด้วยกันโอเคยินดีที่ I'm very happy to be here today okay, to celebrate the Republic Day of India and it's special opportunity for me to listen to the message from the President of India read by our ambassador today and also to be able to sing the national anthem and to listen to the patriotic song and to watch the cultural show. Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity given by Indo-Thai News to share my thoughts on this special day. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
I am the Bharatanatyam instructor of Indian Cultural Center. As you know, Indian culture is very rich. It is rich in various aspects like music, dance and many other aspects. So the Indian Cultural Center of Bangkok tries to promote all the cultures of India to the world, especially to Thailand, the people of Thailand. And as we see, the people of Thailand are very interested and they are very dedicated to learn the Indian culture, and I'm very happy to be a part of the Indian Cultural Center and very happy to promote the Indian culture in Thailand. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ashu Khurana and I'm in Indian community in Bangkok, and today I recited a poem. I'm actually a writer and a poet, so I've written 2-3 books already which are launched, and I always feel close to our nation, though I'm very far from my nation. That was what I wrote few lines in the morning. दूर हूँ तुझसे बहुत मगर फिर भी तू पास है, रूह की मेरी तू जान है, तेरी खुशबू से महकता है जीवन, तेरी खुशबू से महकता है जीवन, वतन तू ही मेरी पहचान है. Wherever I may stay, you are my identity. So I'm true Indian. It runs in my heart, in my soul. So what recited I today was my first poem in my first book, Mera Vatan. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Namaskar, Savadi Kha. Today is the 26th of January, a very important day for us, the 72nd Republic Day of India. In 1950, on 26th of January, India became a republic. The Constituent Assembly of India adopted a new constitution for India on 26th November, and 3 months down the line, 2 months down the line, it went into effect, and that is how India became a republic. We are celebrating this in a very different way this year because it's in a hybrid format, but we continue to have our programs. India and Thailand, of course, have a very strong partnership, a multifaceted relationship. So we are continuing all our programs, all the work which the embassy has been doing. We plan also to start the celebrations of our 75th anniversary of our independence soon. So there will be a lot of functions which will commemorate that as well soon. We have, of course, repatriated nearly 5,000 persons from India as well as those of Indian origin from here in 26 flights to India, and we'll continue to do so. And we thank the Thai authorities for all their support, for all their cooperation. As you know, economic and commercial cooperation is really the focus of our relationship. This has continued to be very strong even in these challenging times. We have done a number of webinars and also a Taste of India campaign. We have a very good, strong defense and security relationship. The political leadership at the highest levels is in touch with each other, and of course people-to-people contacts continue to be very strong. With these words, I would like to close. Thank you very much. Dhanyavad. Savadi Kha. Kapun Kha.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे मातरं